Alright, parked here at Harrah's. I don't even know if I'm playing later, but if I don't, you won't see this video. So if you're watching this, yeah, I'm going to MGM to play later. Parked here. Need to go to Venetian and do something first, and then the employee weight room in the link, and then after that, if I'm up for it. It's pretty late. I stayed up longer, a lot longer than I wanted to make a phone call, because I could only make the phone call during business hours, but it was in another time zone. I had to stay up for a while. No one answered. So then I went to sleep, but had to set my alarm for earlier than I wanted to catch them before business hours ended in that time zone. And eventually, I made the call, but yeah, I was like tired all afternoon and went back to sleep, and I just woke up recently at like 7 p.m. So it's like, it's definitely after 9 right now. So yeah, after I do something at Venetian and go to the weight room, I don't know, it's gonna be pretty late, but a reason a lot of my future play, near future play, is gonna be in MGM. Saving that for my mid-session update, since I have nothing else to tell you about beyond the goings-on of the day right now. But I'm gonna walk north on the strip before I come back to this area, and then drive to MGM ultimately and play a session. I don't know, you know more than me right now, which is interesting. I have no idea, but this video gets published, then you know I did. It officially moved from Sahara. Bizarre Meats was in Sahara for a long time. Bizarre Meat was in Sahara for a long time. I heard it was moving, and it eventually did. For months I heard it was about to, or it was in the process. Officially now somewhere in Venetian / Palazzo. So the diehards will remember, last time I was here at Venetian, when I left and walked back south to my car, I said there's a Five Guys burger place about to open. I think I was walking past it on the Friday or the Saturday, and the sign said they're opening on the Monday. So it wasn't open yet, but it was ready. Now it's open. Alright, done in the weight room at the link, here now in the garage at MGM. Shoutouts. So I was just in Venetian, met Dennis, watches the videos, works in Venetian. Ran into, in the hallway, Todd from Stoughton, Wisconsin. I didn't know that was a town in Wisconsin. I lived in Madison, which isn't very far, but he was in Planet Hollywood a few times this week, and just saw him in Venetian, and wearing some baseball jerseys this week. No Hector Ramirez on the Brewers jerseys. Only team Hector Ramirez ever played for, but he has some good jerseys. Who else? Goose from, I mean Europe. Forgetting which country it was. And Pim I actually saw like a week ago, 10 days ago. He won the daily tournament that night. And there are more. I'll say, I'll look at my phone and look, but I gotta end this scene because when I get down the escalator, there's gonna be music blasting and there's gonna be copyright issues. Alright, no mid-session update, just an end-of-session update. I'm done playing. We'll get to that. First, if you want to decipher what this promo is, go ahead, pause the video, read it. I didn't really read it that closely. I don't really care that much since I work on Sundays and Mondays. I don't on Thursdays, but whatever. That's going on at MGM right now. So, the reason I played here tonight and planned on playing here a lot at the end of the year, status for next year. Gold status at MGM properties gets you no resort fees. That's like the only perk I care about. You need at least gold for it. That's 150 hours of poker in the year. Now, if you sum all my hours at the 4 Vegas MGM property poker rooms, MGM, Mandalay, Aria, Bellagio, I'm beyond 150. The thing is, I'm not beyond 150 at just a single location. So I did it once in the past. I asked the floor if he could sum all the hours, and he did, and everything worked out smoothly. It wasn't just, you know, the card I had that was yellow, gold. You know, it worked for parking like it should. It worked my status even without the card. When I make the online reservations for the hotel rooms, I wasn't paying resort fees. Like, everything worked. I've heard of other people asking the floor to do that and it happening. I have heard of some people asking the floor to do that and it doesn't happen. The floor says no. So in case the floor said no, or in case the bigwigs start like getting stricter about that, it would be ideal to have 150 hours at a single location. So I am about 60 hours away from that threshold, just in MGM Grand, which is right here. So that was the plan, like play here a lot the end of the year, which isn't a ton of time left for me. Like once November comes, the first week in November, I'm thinking I'm gonna have one shift a day because there's a small series going on at Orleans. And then right around Thanksgiving, the winter series starts at Orleans. So for like the 4 weeks beginning Thanksgiving week, I'm gonna have a shift a day also. And it's really like, so once November hits, there's really just like around 20 days where I don't have two jobs. I don't work a shift every single day. So it really needs to happen before November. So 60 hours, like just on my days off. 60 is a lot. If it were like 25, I'd probably schedule 2 days I don't work, and no matter how boring the games were, just play about 12 hours a day each of those. I did something similar at the end of 2022. I needed some tier credits for my Caesars property status at the end of 2022, and I just looked it up the other day. My final like 18 days in town, I played like 70 hours just at Caesars Palace for the 34 tier credits per hour and earned about 2,500 tier credits in that 2.5 week stretch, which is like 17% of all the tier credits needed to get diamond status. So yeah, there was like a 14-hour session, like a 9, a 7, a 6, a 12. But anyway, man, 60 hours is a lot different than 25. I'd probably just do it and be bored for 2 days. If it were 25, 60, that's like at least like 6 long sessions. So I don't know. I might just risk it. And you know, after January 1st, ask the floor if he could sum all the hours. And if not, I'm out of luck. I might start playing. I guess I could play after my shift. I could work at PH, drive down here, and just play like 1 or 2 hours after most of my shifts. The rest of the year, that wouldn't be ridiculous. I mean, I'm awake and there are games. It was a full room. I'm getting really bored lately playing in places I've played a lot in my life. We had 6 tables when I walked in, 1 broke. So it's I think it's after 2 a.m. and there's still 5 games going. Most people call it Wednesday night. Now that it's after midnight, it's officially Thursday. But yeah, there's a lot going on in there. I just, since dealing at Planet Hollywood, I've been really bored playing in places I frequented a lot here. The one session I played at Westgate after the World Series of Poker ended, I was pretty bored there. Wasn't bored at Resorts World. Wasn't bored in the new places, you know, the places in California. Not bored when I played in Reno. Not bored when I played in Wendover, West Wendover. Don't have a ton of time when I'm traveling to play, but I'm excited to see the new place and excited when I sit down. Peppermill in Wendover was a lot of fun. But yeah, just like walked in and like instantly the energy was drained out of me. I played so many sessions in my life at MGM. Just like, I wanted to play like at least 3, and then pretty quickly I'm like, I hope I can stick it out until 2 hours. And then I made it about 1, and I just can't do it anymore. So we'll see. Maybe play here after or before a shift, little by little, with like an occasional day off where I plan on playing like 5 to 10 hours and get it, or just don't. I played a fair amount at Bellagio, mostly in April, going for the most hours I ever played in a single month since starting the channel. I have some at MGM. I think I played 1 session at Mandalay. Actually, Mandalay is right there. There? I think it's right there. Yeah. that's Mandalay. Plan on going there soon. It was a great poker room, right in the sports book, really. They moved it to the temp area. As much as I love temp areas, wasn't a fan of it being right near the stairs coming down from the tram, but I heard it moved back, so plan on going there and playing again in the room that was you know, like part of the sports book. Don't know why they took it out, because everything they tried in that area didn't work. I would walk past it and it would be like a lounge or slot machines, and there would just be no one in there, just like in Flamingo. They took away the poker room, and then the things they tried were just didn't work, and then they tried something else, didn't work, and they tried something else. Now it's a restaurant. I don't know how busy the restaurant is, but when it was other types of games, it was just very, very slow in that spot. So glad they put it back in Mandalay. Plan on going there. But yeah, this is why I planned on playing MGM for a fair amount tonight, and a lot of sessions in the near future, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. It was one of the most bored times of my life being in there right now, even though a lot was going on. If you remember a year or two ago, Herbs and Rye and I played downtown, and here, by the way, here's a picture of my stack at one point. Just the poker visuals have been lacking in this video so far, but Herbs and Rye played downtown. We parked at California. There were no spots in Nugget. We parked at California, played at Nugget, and then on the way back, Herbs and Rye played some craps in California so we could get the parking validated. And I remember saying in that video, I stepped off to the side and said, I don't even know the rules of craps, and this is one of the most bored times of my life. I said something like that. It was up there right now, being in MGM. It's just, I have other things going on, travel and work, and long videos and short videos and the newsletter, and I have other things. It's just like playing another 1-2 session at MGM isn't as energetic as it used to be for me. So we'll see what I do, but that's why I came here tonight, and now I'm probably gonna go back to the address and smoke a cigar. And remember, rice is a spoon food.